Greetings, fellow makers! This is Ryan with Ryan's Cosplay Closet, also known as The Real Malky. Today, we're going to talk about casting. And no, I do not mean looking for actors. This is resin casting. Now, just like with silicone, there are different types of resin you can use. There are opaque resins. There are epoxy resins, which this one is clear. Some of them are not, I would assume. And you have clear resin. This one, once you mix it together, it's ready in about 10 minutes. This one takes 4 hours to cure. And this one takes 24 hours to cure, so be aware of that. Now, there are many different reasons you might want to cast something in resin. You might want to make it heavier. You might want to make it lighter. You might want to make it hollow. These are all very valid reasons. Or you may need to make multiple copies of something, like I did. With these. All 4 of these are made of resin. I cast all of them in a silicone mold, which is what we're going to be doing today. Now, when you are, I'm going to get these out of here because we're going to be using this. Now, when you are casting something, you'll first need a mold to cast that thing into. This is the mold we made a few days ago. By now, it is fully cured. So, I will take it off the mold box, like that. Now, sometimes your silicone can leak under the edge of your master. That is fine. That is completely fine. You just need to cut it free. So, taking a sharp knife, like this, you will carefully cut away the silicone that has leaked under your master. Then you can remove the extra silicone very carefully and free your master. And you will have an exact negative copy of your master. If you made multiple, just do that again. And again, being careful not to tear the mold you made. You will carefully remove. And then you're ready to pour your resin into your masters, which is what I'm going to be doing right now. But before we do this, safety. You will want to wear gloves when you are mixing resin, or pretty much anything really, but especially resin. Because, like silicone, you do not want to get this stuff on your hands, or skin, or eyes, or clothing. So, or any jewelry that you might really care about. So, gloves, protective clothing. This time, I will be putting on eye protection. As well as the rest of my face. We can set that aside, because we won't need it. Set that aside as well. Now, Illuminate is not sponsoring this video. This is just what I have and what I prefer to use. Now, like I said, some resins cure absolutely clear. This is not one of them. This resin cures white. However, I have dyed this resin already, so it will be a nice dark gray for another project. But because this is what I have, this is what we're using. If I can open this thing. Now, just like silicone, these are a binary compound. You want to measure equal parts and then mix them together in a separate container. Like this one. And because these masters are so small, we're going with a smaller container. So, we're going to measure a very small amount. We're going to start with 5 cc's. And you're like, Ryan, that's not that much. Trust me. It should be plenty. So, yep, there's that. That. And if it's not perfectly exact, it's okay. Now, we'll pour them into, into our mixing container. Now, it's very important that you remember which mixing container you poured which side into, as sometimes these can look pretty similar. And if you pour this one into, say, this one, the remnants will start to cure. You don't really want that. So, keep that in mind. And now, we mix. these have, says, a 2 to 3 minute working time. So you don't really have to hurry, but at the same time, you don't really want to mix too slowly either. Mix thoroughly, scrape the sides and the bottom of your container. And there we go. Now, this resin when it starts to cure, gets pretty warm. So once it starts to get warm, you are done mixing it. And then you pour, and then you will pour your resin into the molds that you made. The cavities that used to be your masters. And as you can see, it's just about right on the amount of resin we would need. Now, you don't want to stick around while this stuff is curing, because it can kick off some pretty intense fumes. So, take off your gloves, take off your face shield thing, and get away. Also, while your resin is curing, don't touch it, don't look at it, don't breathe on it. Let it do its thing. And once it's cured, that's it. You have made a resin mold. You have cast a resin piece of your master. Congratulations. Thanks.